Hi guys, this is Marv and Everything, and today we're gonna talk about the best movies and documentaries about Steve Jobs and Apple you can watch right now. Take in mind, all movies and documentaries on this list are listed completely randomly, meaning they are not sorted from best to worst or vice versa. Number 10. iSteve, a comedic look at the life of Steve Jobs. The movie went unseen by film critics, with most public reactions coming from tech and business bloggers. It received mixed reviews, and if you haven't already, it is still worth watching because of its parody approach about the Steve Jobs life. Fun fact, the film was written in 3 days and shot in 5 by Ryan Perez, a former SNL writer. Number 9. The Lost Interview, documentary film recorded by Robert X. Kringley about the conversation with Steve Jobs back in 1995 while he was running Next, the company he had founded after leaving Apple. Number 8. General Magic, story about a secretive Silicon Valley startup called General Magic, which spun out of Apple in 1990 to create the first handheld personal communicator today known as smartphone. The film combines rare archival footage with powerful honesty from the magicians today, reflecting on the most influential Silicon Valley company no one has ever heard of, featuring legendary members of the original Macintosh team along with the creators of the iPod, iPhone, Android, and eBay. Number 7. iGenius, How Steve Jobs Changed the World, the Discovery Channel documentary about the career and influence of the American business leader and technology innovator. Although it mostly got mixed reviews, in my opinion, it's still worth checking out. Number 6. Macheads, an exploration of the fanaticism that surrounds the Apple brand, featuring interviews with Mac evangelists and members of the Mac community. Explain topic of the Apple ecosystem and what it means to the people. Number 5. Steve Jobs, One Last Thing. Friends, fans, colleagues and rivals reflect on the talents and achievements of Apple co-founder Steve Jobs. Includes an interview with Bill Gates and Steve Jobs shortly after his cancer diagnosis. Number 4. Steve Jobs, Billion Dollar Hippy, documentary TV film by Evan Davis about the Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak and other experts giving their views on the rise, fall and comeback of Apple with Steve Jobs at the helm. Number 3. Jobs vs. Gates, the Hippie and the Nerd. Since the late 1970s, Bill Gates and Steve Jobs were writing the future of computers with a battle between the Mac and the PC on the main stage. Their competitiveness was so spectacular that it almost embodies the entire digital revolution. Both men dropped out of college and changed the world with their ideas. And even though they were adversaries, they always retained a high level of respect for each other. Number 2. Steve Jobs, The Man in the Machine, documentary film about Steve Jobs directed and produced by Alex Gibney. Steve Jobs, The Man in the Machine, is a critical examination of Jobs, who was at once revered as an iconoclastic genius and a barb-tongued tyrant. A candid look at Jobs' legacy, featuring interviews with a handful of those close to him at different stages in his life. The film is evocative and nuanced in capturing the essence of the Apple legend and his values, which shaped the culture of Silicon Valley to this day. Number 1. Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs takes us behind the scenes of the digital revolution to paint a portrait of the man at its epicenter. The story unfolds backstage at 3 iconic product launches: 1984, 1988, and ending in 1999 with the unveiling of the iMac. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching, guys. If you think I may have skipped some of the movies or documentaries that should have made the list, feel free to post it in the comments. Also, if you liked my content, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Peace.